This is the hottest time of summer. We're going to definitely be heading into the dog days on this 14-day forecast as we continue to look for rain. You know, we do have some chances to talk about, plus a tropical update. But let's start with the feels like temperature. If you're heading out on this Monday evening, hydrate up. It still feels like the upper 90s, a few triple digits out there like Floresville, Gonzales, but most everyone feeling like upper 90s. That's where we finished today. I mean, this is kind of hovering around mid-90s, I guess, 97, but it's exactly where we should be this time of year. Okay, not exactly. I mean, I guess 96 is exact. But if we're hitting 97, you know you've got to hydrate. The record from 1951 of 103 stays in place. Hour by hour from Calaveras Lake, this evening stays warm. We're in the 90s through about 8:30 before we start getting some 80s. And then those will take us right through midnight down to the mid-70s to start your Tuesday. Also waiting for you Tuesday morning, some fog. Look how thick it's going to get down to the south and east. In fact, if you're going out I-10 early tomorrow, you're going to run into some pretty thick fog once you get past Seguin and then farther southeast towards the coast. I think maybe about 2.5 to 3 mile visibility for San Antonio up I-35, and it lasts until about 9:30 or 10. Outside today, wide shot, a little bit of haze out there thanks to Saharan dust, but no impact on air quality. We're in good shape. To the radar, and a few downpours near Victoria, Cuero, up to a sprinkle or two at Hallettsville, but high pressure is really the story this week. In fact, two highs are going to keep us high and dry. So the tropics this time of year is what you want to check, especially once we get into August, the most active time of the hurricane season. Atlantic Basin is quiet, but the Pacific is active. Notice that we've got a huge storm here that's going to develop and move west. Sometimes you got to keep an eye on those eastern Pacific storms because they can send moisture up into South Texas, but nothing going with those two systems. All right, 14-day forecast, exclusive here to KENS 5, 99 to 100 the next 2 afternoons, even 98 on Thursday as we wrap up July. So please make sure you're hydrating. Pay close attention to your body. 10 to 20 to 30% chance of rain. That's going to be the best chance on this entire 14-day forecast, and it's coming Saturday. So just like this past weekend, it looks like Saturday and Sunday could see some isolated downpours, and that brings temperatures down to about mid-90s before we crank them right back up to the upper 90s and near 100 for the first full week of August. So be cool and grab a box fan and drop it off at any San Antonio fire station. Help keep San Antonio's own cool this summer. If you need a fan, please call the United Way at 211.